hands. How many took the day tour? Oh, okay, well, we're going to see a lot of that. We have to go through that to get to what's on the night tour, okay? Good thing about this is the sun is going down, so you'll get different shots. If you guys weren't on my bus, I may have a different story. You never know. Safety precautions. Please stay seated while the bus is in motion. That's for your safety. It's really going to make me feel bad if somebody goes over the bus.
Right.
Keep all extremities inside the bus. We will be going across low trees. I like to run my mouth. Hopefully I can get out and duck. If you hear duck, go down. Don't look. These trees are federally protected. They have more rights than we do. And it's been raining. They were already low. You guys are some brave souls. It's supposed to rain off and on all night, but we're going to do this together, okay?
Right.
Now, I'm not sure if you guys are ready. I need to hear a hoo-ah or something. Woo! Woo! 1, 2, 3. Woo! I think they're ready, David. My name is... Oh, we done messed up the baby. The baby's mad now. Please don't be mad. Oh. Why did you do that to that baby? My name is Rochelle. I am your tour guide. David is our bus driver tonight, okay? We're gonna have fun. This is a 2-hour tour. I didn't get in it. This is a 2-hour tour. I will take you off the bus one time. That is at the Lincoln Memorial. I will do a walking 30-minute tour. I need you guys to look where you were sitting. I had a gnat or something. When we come back to the bus, I need you guys to sit exactly where you are sitting now. That is going to cut down on confusion. Right in front of you, you have the U.S. Capitol building. Lady Freedom standing 19.5 feet, facing east. Abraham Lincoln placed Lady Freedom on top of the Capitol the same year that he signed off on the Emancipation Proclamation. That dome is 9 million pounds.
You made that up.
Look it up. That thing is good and heavy. Wow. So hopefully we can show you some new stuff on this night tour. Lady Freedom will take the key, so the sun will rise on her face like it never set. Japanese American Memorial. Patriotism during World War II over here right of the bus. The United States did not want to get involved in World War II. Japan bombing Pearl Harbor got us involved. The government freaked out. We knew we had Japanese Americans here. They gave them the ultimatum of fighting on behalf of the United States or being turned over to internment camps. That memorial is an apology for the internment camps. Jones Day Law Firm oversees the part of the bus. They are a national and international law firm. Over here to the left, the tree that is the National Garden. Robert A. Taft stands at the bottom. The bell tower is for his father, our 27th president, William H. Taft. Yup. Sorry. William H. Taft used to be a lot of things, but at first he was a Supreme Court justice and he became our 27th president. He said that he liked being a Supreme Court justice better. That's for life, guys. He's buried at Arlington National Institute. Francis Perkins Park in the paper. I'll talk about that on our way back. It's one of my favorite stories. Library of Congress. There is another courthouse. Not everybody uses that courthouse. That courthouse is when you have a little Monica Lewinsky thing that just won't go away, or a little Watergate thing that you didn't want to get out. That's where you go. So that's not for everyone. Did anybody take the blue loop? Show of hands. Did you like it? Changing of the guards?
Yep.
Yes. Did you see it? Was it life changing? Changing of the guards happens over there at the Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. It is the 3rd Infantry that stands guard. You have to be a certain height. You have to know Arlington National Cemetery's history, 7 pages. You have to know where 300 people are buried and be able to point them out upon request. That's David's tent. I have no idea what goes on there. It's been there all summer. Sometimes there are people, sometimes then it's music and it looks like somebody's painting. I don't know. Over here to the right. This is the Embassy of Canada. This is the only embassy here on Pennsylvania Avenue. All of our other embassies are over on Embassy Row. That's uptown. That's that yellow loop. Over here to the left, the International Gallery of Art. So you have the West Wing, you have the East Wing. Even if you guys don't think you're into art, I didn't think I was into art, but training for this job, we had to go to a couple of them, and I found myself just standing there in awe like a little 8-year-old girl saying, I've seen this in the book. Hello. That is the museum over there on the other side of the fountain. That is for our journalists. That's where we celebrate our First Amendment rights. It's an interactive museum. It is not part of the Smithsonian. All of our Smithsonians in Washington, D.C. are free. Without your big bus ticket to get into the museum, it's $25. $22 with your big bus ticket. Already been on my bus. Do we have any movie buffs? Nobody? Yes? No? Yes. I heard a yes. Nicolas Cage had to steal the Declaration before somebody else got a chance to steal it. That happened at the archives. We also have our Constitution, Bill of Rights. Okay, I was a little late, but thank you. Maybe that knocks us through. We also have the Magna Carta. The archives. That took the red loop. You are used to going down this street. These are our Smithsonians over here to the left. We have the natural history. Next one is going to be the American history. So, natural history, just like the name suggests, that's where the dinosaur hall is. We have the live insect exhibit. We also have the Hope Diamond. Yeah. Now the next one is coming up on the left. Another Smithsonian, what I call the Pop Culture Museum. We have the Star-Spangled Banner, George Washington's military uniform. We have Archie Bunker's chair. We also have the Batmobile. our laws at the Capitol building. When those decision makers are making those decisions, the EPA, the Environmental Protection Agency, steps in to make sure those decisions will not harm our environment short term and long term. We're going to do a duck right about here. Oh, and they're wet. Over here to the left of the bus, dedicated in 2016 by Barack Obama. This is the newest addition to the Smithsonian Institute. It is the African American Museum of History and Culture. Those of you that went around it a couple of times during the day, can you tell it's starting to change color? When we come back, it's going to look totally different. At night, you can see inside the museum. They just added that Oprah Winfrey Harpo Studios. When I grow up, I want to be like Oprah. She donated $21 million to help them open up that $21 million. Must be nice.
Wow.
I had about $21 when my check hit this morning. 21 million. I'm just saying. There are 2 more levels underneath. That is where you follow the African from Africa over on the slave ships, through slavery, through segregation, all the way up until now. That's where you'll find that 1944 open cockpit biplane flown by the Tuskegee Airmen as well. Washington Monument over there standing 5 feet tall. Look against those clouds. That should be a good picture. Now you guys, get your cameras ready. I am about to show you the south side, the backyard of, yes, say it again, the White House. The White House, guys. The most famous address in the world, 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This is not Pennsylvania Avenue, but this is also the backside. David is a seasoned bus driver. Work with him, we'll work with you. This is the side that we have our Easter egg hunt on. Marine Wonderlands. We also light our annual Christmas tree. Now what we're going to do is, we're just going to go all the way around the corner, okay? We're going to show you what surrounds the White House. Over here to the right, that is the 2nd Division Memorial. 2nd Division. That is when your Army and your Marines create a whole nother unit. So we are making a right onto 17th Street. Hi guys! Now you guys are in Washington, D.C. We are technically in the South. We are very polite here. Over here to the left, you have the Organization of American States. That is our mini UN for our South American countries. That's our safe place. Outside you will see a statue of Queen Isabella. It's the front come up. It's a nice little pocket change to come over here. Well, not to come over here, but you know what I mean. The next building to your left, Daughters of the American Revolution, is Hannah Hall. Uh-oh. You guys be careful. I am a native Washingtonian. This is where a lot of our area high schools graduate from. In order to be a member of the Daughters of the American Revolution, you have to be able to trace your lineage back to the Revolutionary War. We're good on trees for a minute, guys. The next building over here, the American Red Cross headquarters. You guys know what the Red Cross does. They help us out in our emergencies. During times of war, there will be times when we use their building. We use it as a warehouse. So keep in mind, the White House is over here, to your right. You won't be able to see it until we get around to the front. Designed it that way. I want you to be conscious of where it is. I thought this was my castle. Look at it, it's beautiful. Hi guys. This is the first overflow from the White House. This is the old executive building. This is where the vice president has his office. Isn't it pretty? They have a new executive building too, but I don't know. They also have the Office of Budget in that building. Yeah, it looks like my castle.
Right. It's pretty.
So, coming up on the right, you will see a short red brick building right here on the corner. That is the Renwick. That is the oldest art gallery here. Next to it is the Blair House. The Blair House is the most exclusive hotel in the world. The only way you can stay at the Blair House is if the President of the United States invites you. I showed you guys the first overflow from the White House, the old executive building. This is the new. That's everybody didn't like it. Right. Boo! Sitting over here looking like the FBI building. Not once, not twice, 3 times. The FBI building has been voted the ugliest building in the world. We'll go through it later. So this is the new executive. This is the overflow for the overflow. Now, as soon as David is able to make this right onto this next street, that is H Street, we're going to show you a couple more things. Then we are going to show you the front side of the White House.
Wow.
You guys decided to come to Washington, D.C. for your vacation. Washington, D.C. is named after our first president, George Washington. George Washington is the only president that has a state named after him. One of our faces on Mount Rushmore. $1 bill in our corner. This building right here to the right is the old Leader building. It is the oldest residence down here by the White House. You guys see a park coming up? That park used to be part of the front lawn of 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. So I guess it's close because I don't see too many cameras up yet. You guys stop? See, we're all a family here. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue. This is the official residence of the President of the United States of America. Do you guys see the people standing on top? Do you guys see the people standing on top? That means the President of the United States is home.
Way! That's why.
Hey!
Hey, Mr. President.
The statue in front of the White House, that is Andrew Jackson, our 7th president. That is the first equestrian statue made in the United States of America. Like I said, this park used to be part of the front lawn of the White House. It was Thomas Jefferson that extended Pennsylvania Avenue to cut it off. Some of you guys, especially if you're on the front of the bus, you guys may see some people out in front of the White House. They are exercising their First Amendment right to assemble to petition. Over here to the left of the bus, on the corner, is church, and it's St. John's. That is the President's Church. U54 is always, always, always empty, just in case the President is going across the street. Yeah. It looks like it's very tasty. Now all of these statues that are in Lafayette Park, these are our war heroes, either from the Civil War or from the Revolutionary War. Next building over here in the corner, they're doing a lot of construction on it. This is the old Dolly Madison House. War of 1812 and 1814. The British came back to D.C. They wanted to burn everything to the ground. They did a good number on the Library of Congress. They came over to the White House. They set it on fire. It was Dolly Madison that saved that famous painting of George Washington. Did you guys know how they put the fire out? Because back then they were using sand. It started raining. We have just turned on to 15th Street. 15th Street is Washington, D.C.'s version of Wall Street. This is where you will find our financial institutions, our banks. Again, we just went around the corner, right?
Yeah.
So the White House is over on the other side of this building. The White House is not going to let this money be on the other side of town. We're going to see that. For an example, this next building coming up on the right, now mind you, these people are standing right in front of the White House. So the White House is on this side of the street. This building right here, that's right next to the White House, that's the Treasury Department.
Right.
They're not going to let their money be anywhere else outside of right next door.
Right.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
They're still selling wood. Right? Look at the architecture. This is the old National Metropolitan Main building. Next you have the W Hotel over here to the left of us. Now the W Hotel is right back to back with the Willard. The Willard is where Martin Luther King Jr. stayed in 1963 to finish up I Have a Dream speech. And then it's Freedom Riders over there in Freedom Plaza. They march down to the Lincoln Memorial. That's where I'm going to do the walking tour with you guys. Ulysses S. Grant liked the Willard as well. He liked his whiskey and he liked his cigars. Now, Ulysses S. Grant was an approachable man. People liked him. They liked talking to him, asking him for favors, asking him for advice. Hi. How are you? You just wanted to see what was going on? Do we have a single seat somewhere? Okay.
Sorry, sir.
Why you guys so mean? No more extra seats. So, Ulysses S. Grant, people like to talk to him. Sir, there is one seat up here. Sir? Sir? I have one seat. Oh, okay. He said no, that's not it. So, Ulysses S. Grant. I guess one day he was having a bad day. He went up to the staff. He said, I can't take it anymore. I need you guys to do something with these lobbyists. They keep asking me for favors. Lobbyists? Favors? Okay. That's what we got the word. Lobbyists. Department of Commerce over here in the South Bus. They deal with our business. As long as our businesses are doing well, then the economy will do well. They belong to those businesses and so on. So you see this little post over here to the right of the bus? It is brown and tan. It's medium looking. You go ahead and say it. That is the original color of the White House. Aren't you glad we painted it for you guys? Teddy Roosevelt was the one that started calling the White House the White House. So as soon as David can get us through this red light, we'll be passing by the African Washington Monument to the right of the bus. You guys may have been taking pictures of it all day. Look at the clouds. The sun is going down. These are totally different pictures. I bet you didn't get that one. So you guys notice the change of color, a third of the way up. It sat like that, unfinished for almost 30 years. They started construction. They started arguing about something back and forth. Welcome to Washington. They ran out of money. Welcome to Washington. And then we had the Civil War. They had to go to a whole other quarry to finish out the Washington Monument. Washington Monument is the tallest stone structure in the world. To the left of the bus, all the way down to the other end of the mall, that is the U.S. Capitol building. The Senate is on the left, the House of Representatives is on the right. I have a lot of out-of-towners say, so where's the National Mall? I need to go shopping. Okay. This is going to take a while. Sit down. That was our National Mall. The grassy area, George Washington asked Pierre Lafont to come up with the blueprint of Washington, D.C. He put the Capitol building right in the middle, and everything else radiates off of that. The National Mall, they knew they needed a place for their monuments, their memorials, and their museums. That's what it's for. Ooh, good luck. So we are about to be down here on the National Mall. Commonwealth. We fought for our independence during the Revolutionary War. Once we got it, there were certain states, there were 4. And I'm only 2 months into it, so maybe next time you guys take a vacation, I'll know the other 3. But they wanted to make sure everyone knew that they were for the common good of the common person and the Commonwealth. That's all. Over here to the left of the bus. This is the World War II Memorial. This is dedicated to you guys got. This is dedicated to our greatest generation. You will find a wall with 100 stars. Well, there's a lot more than that. Each star represents 100 people. There are over 4,000. You will find 56 columns surrounding the World War II Memorial. They are all hollow. They symbolize the sacrifice that each state and territory made. That is the Lincoln Memorial all the way down at the other end. Inside of the memorial, that is the old Rainbow Fountain. It's been there a good 30, 40 years. Between the fountain and the waterfalls, you go inside, along with the high walls, you won't hear anything outside of the memorial. That is how you pay your respect. You also have the Washington Monument over here. Now, when they were building World War II Memorial, they went to every nation that had been involved in World War II. They got dirt from each nation. They brought it back to Washington, D.C. That is the foundation for the World War II Memorial. Washington, D.C. loves its symbolism. Thank you, David. Do we have any active personnel or veterans on the bus? What branch? Navy. Anybody else? Air Force? Well, we thank you both for your service. Thank you. Okay, you guys stop. It was wet. Alright, so crossing the street. This is Constitution Avenue. We already went down it to go down 17th Street. Constitution Avenue used to be the Washington City Canal. That was part of the Tiber Creek. That is how they got the goods in and out of the city. Once we go further down, you guys see the port of Georgetown. This house over here to the left, behind the tree. And it's funny, but I'm getting ready to tell you, bring back the things behind the tree. That was the lockkeeper's house. That is the oldest house over here on the National Mall. He let the barge up and down. He collected tolls. He kept records of commerce. That man had 13 children and lived in that house. Really, 15 people lived in that house. I'm the only child. I don't know how they did it. I'm not sure if my mother involved with anybody. I was the only grandchild for 16 years. Right. Inside we have Signers Island. Our 32nd president, FDR, when we got involved in World War II, he knew we needed all of our armed forces under one roof. At that point in time, we had Army in one building, Navy in another building, Marines in a whole another building. World War II kicked off, we got involved. That's when they signed off on the Pentagon. You guys know when they started construction? September 11, 1941. It was 60 years to the day that 9/11 happened. After they tore down all those buildings, they put up Constitution Hall to make it free. We have the Department of the Interior over here to the right of the bus. They deal with the exterior down here on the National Mall. They're quite busy, say 4th of July. They make sure everything's running smoothly. Our central bank over here to the right of the bus. Our money is printed at the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. Comes here for its monetary stamp. They also deal with our interest rates. They've been in the news a little bit recently. Please do not try to use the ATM. I know it's the central bank. Don't try to use the ATM. It's not going to go over too well. This is the National Academy of Science. Right here on the corner, that is German-born Albert Einstein, known for his theory of relativity equals mc squared. You guys are able to go over, go rub his nose, you become smarter. I went over there before my thing was fast. As far as I'm concerned, it worked. That's over there to the right of the bus, white nose, white. We're about to go up on the highway. Make sure your hats are on good. I just want you to slide off the bus, okay?
Right.
miles long, about 700 miles off of the coast of Japan. That's the price. They're ending up going to Iwo Jima. So we knew they had the Imperial Army on the island. We bombed the island for 3 days, thinking we would get rid of maybe 8,000 men. Ooh, we were somebody's math completely off. It must be funny how all they were. It was a whole lot more than 8,000. We had approximately 26,000 men hiding on the island. Iwo Jima is a volcanic island, so they were able to dig tunnels into the island. We let the smoke clear after the 3 days of bombing. United States, come on now. We got off of our ships. Our chests were out. We were ready, thinking nobody was there. They waited until we got up on the beach good, and they creamed us. It was embarrassing how they creamed us. On Iwo Jima, we were only there 5 weeks. We lost 20% of what we would lose during World War II. About halfway through the battle, someone thought it was going to be a good idea to lift the morale of the troops, go up on the highest mountain, put the American flag up, because we're going to do this. They went up, came back down. They said, I thought I told you to put the flag up. You did. Where is it? It's up there. Why would you take that little flag? Nobody can see that. Everybody needs to see it so they can fight. They got one of the bigger flags off one of the ships. This time, they took up Joe Rosenthal. Joe Rosenthal is the one that got the iconic picture that the statue is based off of. Over here to the right of the bus, you have Fort Myers. This is a joint base, meaning you will have Army, Navy, Marines on one base. For those of you that didn't think you were going to see Arlington National Cemetery, I brought you over to it anyway. So this is where we have those little trees, so just be careful. David is able to get down here and make this left, you will have the Washington, D.C. skyline to the right of the bus. Let me make the left. It's over there. You have the Lincoln Memorial. You have the Washington Monument, and to the right of that, that is the U.S. Capitol building. Now we will come back this way, it'll just be on the other side of the bus. So when World War II kicked off, our president was FDR. By this time, his vice president, Harry S. Truman, had stepped up to the plate. FDR had polio. He had some complications in 1945. Harry S. Truman had only been vice president like 84 days. He knew nothing about the atomic bomb or our nothing. I got my mouth. Okay, so this is Iwo Jima. I am going to read what it says on the front. In honor and memory of the men of the United States Marine Corps who have given their lives to their country since the 10th of November, 1775. At the top of the base, you see writing? Those are all of the wars that our Marine Corps have been involved in since 1775. Once you get around to this right side, the Afghanistan and the Iraq wars both have beginning dates. They do not have ending dates because we are still physically there. Yeah. So when Harry S. Truman got the numbers that we had lost 7,000 men in 5 weeks who did not want to go island to island. He really did not want to go to the big island. We were just losing too many people. That's unheard of. So they were sitting around in the meeting. He said, what was that thing you guys were talking about? Atomic bomb. What does it do? How many men are we going to lose? We can't keep losing. We don't lose any. How many? 100,000? Dropped the first. They dropped it on Hiroshima. The Imperial Army. They were tough cookies. They didn't want to give up. 3 days later, we dropped another one, Nagasaki. Not only did the Imperial Army give up, you guys stuck. I knew something got in my mouth. It's not much.
You're always lucky.
Right. Never a dull moment, huh? That is what ultimately ended World War II. So I want you guys to keep looking at the flagpole. We don't have any more trees. Look at the flagpole. You know it's slanted, right? Maybe we can't see anything in trees right now. Once you guys clear the trees, keep looking at the flagpole. Right about now, it should look like it's going straight up and down. But you know it's slanted. But it looks like it's going straight up and down. You guys see it? That is the optical illusion out here at Iwo Jima. 3 of those men that took up the bigger flag, 3 of those men never made it home. The rocks that the statue is standing on, Washington, D.C. loves its symbolism. We went back to Iwo Jima. We got rocks off of the island. You guys are my people. Now that would have hurt. That reminded me of what my grandmother wanted me to get that one time. She said, Shelly, go outside and get a switch. Get a switch? What is that? You want me to get you something to beat me? Well, not today. That's what that branch looked like. So this is Iwo Jima. And again, we thank all of you for your service. All of the airplanes in the area, they are traveling up and down the Potomac River. I promise you. That's done. Washington, D.C. is a no-flight zone. We don't like airplanes overhead. If you guys are in D.C. and you see an actual airplane directly overhead, don't wait for the sirens. Find shelter. We won't even ask questions, but that airplane is coming down to the left of the bus. There is that DC skyline again. And see, David knows exactly when to stop because the other drivers, the trees would have been in the way. You guys can always go on TripAdvisor, give a shout out to your driver and your tour guide. But I'm giving him a shout out right now. This is what we offer you the night tour for. It's a whole nother look at night. So Arlington National Cemetery. About a month ago, they were saying that they were going to run out of space come 2020. I wouldn't lie to you. It was the same week. I don't know where this land fell out of the sky from, but they found land. They said it should be good until 2050. That is, as long as we have no more wars. That's up. All the way down, guys. We have 2 presidents buried over at Arlington. Yeah, you guys need to die. Go all the way down. This one shouldn't be too bad. You guys should be okay. I'm the one that's standing. We're good. We have two presidents buried at Arlington National Cemetery. We have John F. Kennedy family plot. Or maybe one more time. You guys go down.
Who's the
So you
second
guys
one?
can say that you came to DC, you got some exercise in, you got your sightseeing in, all at the same time.
Excuse me, ma'am. Who's the second president that?
Okay, so it is John F. K. and William H. Taft, our 27th president.
Thanks, Bill.
You're welcome. Thurgood Marshall, our first African American Supreme Court justice, buried at Arlington. Pierre Lafont, the one that made up the blueprints for Washington, D.C., buried at the Arlington House over by that rose garden. Now you guys have looked at a map. You've seen Washington. It looks like a diamond with like part of it missing. Like where's that missing part? You guys are in it. Virginia and Maryland gave up land for the formation of Washington, D.C. But you know it, Virginia took some of their land back after the Civil War. So this is going to be your last view of Iwo Jima coming up on the right. Virginia spans from the Appalachian Mountains to the Chesapeake Bay. Washington has been called the birthplace of a nation. First English settlement here in Virginia, Jamestown. 8 of our presidents are from Virginia, or the first 5 as a matter of fact. Say Virginia is correct. It's a lot of stuff. And everything is relevant. You could be looking up one thing and we can get in it. Photo bombing. Our driver, David, is going to stay with the bus. If you have a lot of bags or something, you don't want to take everything with you, he's going to stay with the bus. You can leave some stuff on the bus. Again, look where you are sitting. I need you guys to sit where you are sitting now when you come back to the bus. Once everyone gets off the bus, I will give you the bus number. It's okay. Okay. Oh, no. I will give you the bus number. I will give you my name and time to come back. I need you guys to listen to these words very carefully. I would hate to have to leave you. Okay. So, I'll meet you guys downstairs. The quicker you guys come downstairs, the quicker we can start the tour.